I remember me and Tony Yayo were talking about this on the phone like a month ago. When you look at the situation with Taxstone and Troy Ave, if Taxstone had brought a knife instead of a gun, he would probably be a huge podcaster right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, someone might have gotten stabbed a little bit, whatever else, but nobody would have died. And the fact that he was a felon with a gun in New York City in a crowded nightclub was a disaster on every level. You know, and I remember Tony used to even say how, 50 would have conversations with him, and he used to say, like, a gun is not the right choice a lot of times. Like, a knife will actually be a better choice for certain situations than a gun, because a knife will get you out of a situation without going to prison at the same time. You pull out a gun and kill somebody, it could potentially be all over, even if it was self-defense on some level. So,
did you see the video of the shooting at the Detroit Lions game?
No. Hold on, let me pull that up.
Yeah, that's I think TMZ got it. You ever seen the movie with Denzel Washington where he's the kingpin?
You talking about American Gangster?
American Gangster. So you remember when the dude talks about owing him money or whatever, and he pulls out and he shoots him in the forehead in front of everybody?
Right.
That's how this dude gets killed.
Yeah, I'm looking at the video now. It's a tailgate shooting.
Yeah.
Man, look.
So in that video, the dude arguing got a gun out. He's not aiming it, but he's brandishing it. The dude in front of him pulls it out, shoots him right in the fucking forehead. The bullet goes through his shit, hits someone else in their head, kills 2 people. The guy that fired, not arrested. Stand your ground. I don't know if it's stand your ground, but it's self-defense. Because the other guy was brandishing a gun.
Yeah. Yeah. I think about this myself as a gun owner. I feel like at the point I pull out my gun, I have to kill the person in front of me. And that's really the end of the plan.
Yeah.
I pull out my gun and I kill him, and then I deal with the consequences. I'm not going to pull out a gun and wave it around.
Yeah.
I've never done that my whole life. And I've had guns for, a large portion of my life. There's no point, because if they have a gun, this Detroit situation is going to happen.
Yeah, they're going to shoot you.
I pull out my gun and, that's what happened with Bankroll Fresh. He pulled out a gun, waving it around. I think he even shot the first time. Didn't hit his target. It's in 1 second, it could all be over. Both ways. So just know, if you see me with a gun, that's probably going to be the last thing you see. I'm not shooting it in the air. I'm not waving it around. I'm not holding it sideways to scare you. At the point that I pull out, I have to kill you. I have no other choice. And, I remember me and academics were talking about it. In certain places, yeah, sure. Georgia, stand your ground. Florida, stand your ground. New York doesn't have a stand your ground. And I remember when I got my gun license when I was living in New York full time, they explained to me that if a home intruder breaks into my house and I pull out my gun and they turn around and run and I shoot them in the back, that's a murder charge. It's a murder charge. And I remember like academics was saying when he was going through his gun training, because he has a concealed carry, I guess the guy told him, if you shoot someone, you need to make sure there's no survivors. You don't want that person to say, I was running and I got shot in the back.
Yeah.
You want that person to be dead, and you explain what you're going to explain, and you deal with whatever you're going to deal with. So yeah, man, all this waving gun shit. Yeah, look at this Detroit situation. He brandished a weapon. I can't feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for the other person who got shot.
Yeah.
But I don't feel sorry for him at all. What's coming up next for you?
I don't know yet. I got some interviews lined up. I'm just kind of waiting to pop that off. I want to figure out how I want to, if I'm putting that on the main channel to start in a second. And I'm going to just keep it going.
If you want my advice, Stick to one channel.
Stick to one.
Well, because you'll then have to build up a whole new channel again from zero.
Right.
You already have a following. What do you have, 1 million followers?
Yeah.
You've got 1 million followers already. The algorithm is going to prioritize videos on that channel because of your 1 million followers. Yes, it's not exactly what you already do, but it's similar. You know, if you were to say, hey, I'm going to start a channel for my kids and they're going to, you know, be opening toys, then yes, I would say start a new
do
channel.
Another one.
You don't want that stuff on your main channel. No, absolutely not.
Because
if you're talking about,
I've done interviews. It's just a matter of like, I'm considering how I want to break them up. If I want to do it more like clips or if I want to just drop the whole thing at one time. That's more so what I'm trying to figure out. Or if I should just start a clips channel and then keep it all, do the big drops on the main channel.
Well, look at Vlad TV. We drop clips, then we drop the big interview on the same channel.
Right.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, you know, try to overthink it and think, oh, well, my audience may not react to this if I slightly change it. No, your audience is your audience. As long as you're relatively on brand, you're fine. You know, we started doing car features, house features. There's a video of me going to the gun range, shooting off, you know, automatic weapons. We're about to do a 20 versus 1, all on the same channel.
Are you in the 20 versus 1?
Nope, I'm not. I mean, I'm hosting it, but I'm not going to say who it is, but it's 20 women versus 1 former NBA player.
Okay. Yeah, them shits be going crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Them shits be viral.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it's the reality is that you always have to evolve, and you just can't do the exact same thing year after year, decade after decade, and expect growth by doing the exact same thing, because as time goes on, other people will start to do it as well.
Right.
They will see how well you're doing, and they are going to want to do something similar, which is fine. This is what people are supposed to do. You know, you copy successful people and you put your own spin on it.
That's what fucked the game up for me, was like, everyone's like, oh, how the fuck is he getting all this paperwork? He must have sources. He must be a Fed. And I got to explain it like, bitch, all you got to do is just fucking go on the website. It's right there. And then now you got mad people that do the same shit, and it just fucking, I was just the first one to jump onto it.
Yeah, and being the first actually holds weight, though.
Yeah.
It holds weight as being the original. And this is why every day, oh, Vlad's over, Vlad's in decline, you know, by the end of the year, Vlad TV will shut down, rah, 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 rah. Well, look, at the end of the day, were we doing better during the pandemic like everyone else? Yeah, we were. But we're still doing fine. We're still getting millions of people who tune in constantly. And we were first. And being first and being consistent since we were first means that we've established something that's going to hold weight for a long time to come.
I mean, like, if you really look at it, like, has anybody called you an OG in hip-hop?
Yeah, I've heard that so often.
You got that title. Like, if you took out your fucking resume, you got the years of experience with this to where your name is cemented. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, regardless, you Vlad TV. You got that. There ain't really too much you could do to fall off, because you already so big in this, you know?
I mean, look, I appreciate you saying that. And as long as we keep putting out quality content, and, you know, listen, we've never had the quote unquote A-list celebrities when they go on promo tours, you know, consistently, like a Breakfast Club and so forth, that are on the radio, and, you know, iHeart could do deals with them behind the scenes. We've always had to think outside the box. It's always been like, okay, well, we may not get Jay-Z, but we could get some people around Jay-Z. And those stories might be actually very interesting stories. And we have to think left field with the shit. Like, we have to, I don't think people were really doing mafia interviews like we were when we started doing it. Yeah. And now the true crime podcast is like, every mafia guy has their own podcast now.
Right.
We were, you know, the reason why people call me the Feds is because I would ask questions that rappers would rap about, and everyone else was scared to ask those questions.
Right.
No one on radio would be, brave enough to ask about the lyrics and what they really meant and the person's background. We did that. And now look, everybody does it now. And that's cool, man. I'm happy that people are able to see what we did and put their own spin on it and be successful at it in their own way, because we're not going to create the same product regardless of the overall format.
Right.
So yeah, man, it is what it is. 1090 Jake, man, always a pleasure when you come in. Congrats on your success. And looking forward to you doing interviews and kind of expanding on what you're doing. But, you've built up a hell of a name. Like I said in our last interview, Drake is mentioning you.
Yeah.
Lotto is mentioning you. You definitely made ripples in hip hop. And, you stand on what you stand on, and you've always been consistent. This is why you'll always have a home here at Vlad TV.
I appreciate you, bro.
No doubt, man. Peace.